Hello guys, and welcome back to the channel. Now guys, we have birthed our ship at this port before, and the last time we birthed our ship at this port, we found the dock full of seaweed and stench. So it is with trepidation now that we're docking again at the port of Oluwo of Iwo. So with that guys, I bring you this. Controversial monarch Oluwo of Iwo announces the end of his marriage to Olori Chanel. So that's the headline. Controversial monarch Oluwo of Iwo announces the end of his marriage to his Olori Chanel. So already that fabled famous Yoruba name Chanel. So you already know now the direction that we're heading. So let's get into it. Controversial monarch, the Oluwo of Iwo, Oba Abdulrasheed Akanbi, has announced the end of his marriage to Queen Chanel Chin. In an official statement released on all his social media accounts this evening, the monarch wrote, "Miss Chanel Chin is an ex-queen of Oluwo. This is to inform the general public, most especially friends and associates of Oluwo of Iwo land, His Imperial Majesty Oba Dr. Abdulrasheed Adewale Akanbi Telu I, that Mrs. Chanel Chin is now an ex-queen of His Majesty. This information is necessary for the attention of the general public to avoid representation on proxy or accordance of respect attached to the sacred stool of Oluwo to her. For personal irreconcilable differences, Chanel Chin ceased to be His Majesty's queen. We equally enjoin the public to disregard any business transaction or request with her using the office of His Majesty. We wish her the best in her new journey. Ali Ibrahim, CSP to Oluwo. Queen Chanel Chin was born in Canada to a Jamaican dad and a Canadian mom. She is the first wife of Emperor Telu, and together they have a son who was born in 2016. So now there you have it now. The Oluwo of Iwo, of course, this is a guy, anytime we visit him, is always this sort of behavior, this sort of Agbero area boy like MC Oluomo type of mannerism. And you have to really think that the Iwo land stool is one of the premier, is not a grade A stool within the Yoruba hegemony, but certainly is an important stool within the Yoruba hegemony, because the history of the Yoruba race cannot be complete if you do not tell the tale of Iwo land. And the person that now sits on that stool, of course, is now this comedian who every time, you recall when this guy went to London and was dancing Jojo Yakawo, dancing Majayo New, and all this kind of ridiculous behavior. You will recall that this was the same guy that was fighting the Imam of Iwo land for his own wife, for the Imam's wife. And this is the guy that would just want to be called now. He says he wants to be called now the Emir of Iwo land. This is the narrative. Every time we visit him, these are the sort of stories that we tell. And this story now that we are now telling is Chanel Chin. So Chanel, by the way, is Chanel, Chanel, like the perfume, and Chin is CHIN, like a Chinese sort of name, but of course she's a Canadian person who this guy went and bought because he wants to be part of from abroad. And this girl, of course, has now had a good look at him and said, oh look, this guy is not really for me, he's too uncivilized to be anybody that I want to be associated with. And then look at this sort of thing that they've put out in the media space as well. Nobody has ever done this before, to my understanding. This information is necessary for the attention of the general public to avoid representation on proxy or accordance of respect attached to the sacred stool of Oluwo to her. So now this is now the mother of his son, his wife, now ex-wife, that is now dissociating so much that he does not even want any association with this lady at all. But then of course this lady is are of course associated with him, and forever she will be, because of course they share a child in common, and that is a permanent association. A prince of Iwo land, by the way, that boy is. So now, and the mother of the prince of course will always have a position in the history of that homestead, of that empire. What I can't call it an empire, but certainly a city, a town, whatever it is that you choose to describe it as. The queen mother, because effectively she's a queen mother now, because she's of course the mother of the crown prince. I'm not sure if he has an older son, but certainly the mother of a prince will always have an association with the community that they have dominion over. So he can write all this ridiculous nonsense that he has written as much as he likes, but of course that woman's name is forever written in the history of that homestead. So now this guy, again, of course, anytime you go to him, is always this ludicrous behavior. It's this sort of behavior completely at odds with the expectations of a revered Yoruba stool. But then of course, when you put MC Oluomo, if you put MC Oluomo in the Ritz Hotel, he will still act as though it's in Ajegunle, because you can take the boy from Ajegunle, but you cannot take the Ajegunle from the boy. And this is what we're seeing playing out with this Oluwo Of Iwo, this Rashid guy, this Akombi guy. So this is now what we're seeing playing out with him now, and this is a continuing constant within this guy's narrative. Conversations in the comment section. The Oluwo Of Iwo has written a psych letter to the general public informing that he has sacked his queen and therefore she has been unqueened. If only it works that way. Come share thoughts about this guy in the comment section. You can already tell from my tonality what I think of this guy, but you come tell me what you make of this fella in the comment section. But before you do that, click on the red subscribe button so it turns gray. The bell button notifies you every time I drop a new video. Then come tell me what you're making of this Oluwo fella in the comment section. So I'll leave you here. Join in the comment section. But here I say peace.